Man, you hate that when you have that not so clean feeling. Ugh. Wish I had
Well,
like a
if you had toilet paper, but
yeah, but
you can't get any right now.
that's why I built my own bidet in the back. I got like a lawn chair and I put like a sprinkler system underneath there. But my wife keeps turning it up too high, so it's like a power wash. Oh, that hurts.
Oh,
What time is it?
oh, hey, we're live. You ready?
Oh, let's go ahead and do this.
All right. It's the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend, Ricky, the Tire King Poe.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, hello, my
cats
friends.
and kittens. Yeah, hello, my cats and kittens out there. You just thought we were going to be done with the, you like me to say Lion King, but Tiger King. And
I don't like you to say it. I think it's funny when you say it wrong.
Yeah, I know. I know. So the deal, so we thought, I got prepared for a whole different show. I got all the material ready and I thought to myself, okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and, just ready for a new show. And then Netflix had to do this. They had to do an after show of the Tiger King.
An after show. Yep.
So I felt obligated. We felt obligated to follow up with this, this phenomenon.
Yes.
So, I feel like it would be like a misjustice if we didn't follow up with it. So threw everything at the last minute. And hey, Cody Smith. Hello, Cody Smith. From the YouTube.
This is the Something About Something show, Mr. Cody Smith.
Yes,
actually,
right.
I know who Cody is.
Yes, and, actually,
Cody's watching on YouTube.
On the YouTubes.
Speaking of, if you can follow us on YouTube at Something About Something. You can find our show and make sure you, as they say, ring the bell and subscribe.
Yeah, I one time realized that they only mean that at Long John Silver's. If you do a good job, you ring the bell on the way out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that at a funeral home.
Oh no, you don't. No.
That's probably bad. Never mind. Can we erase that part?
Yeah, it's just pretend that didn't happen. Just pretend that did. Yep. Thank you, Jason Head. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Hey, if you're out there watching right now, definitely like, comment, subscribe, whatever format you're on. Let us know down below where you're watching from, and let us know what you think of this show. And yes, we are going to talk about the Tiger King again. Are we gonna make the people wait?
Well, it depends. Do we want to do a little bit of?
Thank you, Jason, for seeing nothing. Do we want to do a little what?
Do we want to do a teaser, or do we want to go right into it? I mean, we have a lot of material tonight.
We do.
What do you feel like?
It's
like a buffet. I don't know where to start.
Usually we make people wait for the stupid news.
Yes, we do.
So I'm thinking, let's tease them about we're going to talk about Tiger King, and let's go ahead and give them one other thing they always want. Let's give them some stupid news.
Oh, always wanting more. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do this. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's some crazy stuff. Well, let's go ahead and do that then. Let's get this thing going.
It's the Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
Hello. This is Mike Schilling with the Weird and Stupid News. And howdy, we got Mr. David Cook and Shawnee America. Welcome to the show. And
hey, I bet he's not eating at a restaurant this week.
I bet he's not. I bet they got that sucker shut down. Well, we just had the holidays. We just had Easter, and so everyone happy Easter to you.
And you know what today is?
What is today?
It's not tax day.
That's right.
Today is not tax day. It is tax day, but not tax day, because the government has relented and pushed it back to July 15th this year. So if you're freaking out because you forgot to file, I think this is stupid news. If you forgot to file and you realize I must get it done today, guess what? You've got time.
That's right. And looks like David's starving at home. That's why I like to have a lot of people at my house. Remember that? Yes.
I'm eating beef jerky because our dinner didn't show up yet.
Oh, no.
My daughter is bringing dinner,
Yes.
my college daughter,
Yes.
and she didn't make it here before the show started.
Well, back. Hey, Miss. Oh, Becky
Finley.
Yes, right.
It's hump day. It is hump day.
That's right. From the big city of Lawton.
Ooh, Lawton. All right.
The big town. So the stupid news. We just had the holidays and we had Easter. Apparently, some people are not big fans of the Easter Bunny, but let's read this little anecdote here from the. Oh yes, this is from. Guessed it's Florida. So anyway, let's go ahead and go into the news.
Always, as stupid news should be.
So apparently an Ohio man has been arrested for allegedly brandishing a gun and threatening a person dressed as the Easter Bunny who was waving at motorists at the interstate overpass.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Don't shoot the bunny. 49-year-old man was arrested on Wednesday afternoon and I'm not going to say Florida. Located 95 miles away. I'm not going to say Florida. And the suspect has not been named. But get this: when was given a breath alcohol test, you know how he came out?
I'm going to go with inebriated.
Inebriated. That's right, my friend. He was inebriated. That's right. So apparently, the police found the suspect smelling of alcohol, slurring of his words inside a camouflage painted Dodge pickup truck. He was taken to a medical facility instead of jail because he had elevated temperature. And of course, what was going on, they didn't want to send him to the county jail. So, but anyway, apparently the man dressed as the Easter Bunny, he survived, and I guess he was able to lay out his eggs. I don't know why. I don't know what. That doesn't sound right. Just lay out his eggs.
Yeah. Well.
Oh my.
I couldn't get to it fast.
I know it. We got to.
I can never get to that one faster.
We just gotta. We got to put that together anyway.
Yeah, but that's pretty funny though. Hey guys, a bunch of you just joined in. Definitely let us know down below where you're watching.
Like. Yes,
like, share, let your friends know about us.
That's right. Next on Stupid News, this is my favorite, and I should end it with this one on Stupid News.
Hey, Benjamin. Good to have you.
Benjamin. I feel like I'm in an auction here.
Okay, what else you got?
A woman who claims to be in a relationship with a 92-year-old chandelier had lost a discrimination case against the son.
She's in a relationship.
Yes, apparently
chandelier.
Yes, Amanda Liberty. Yes, apparently it's Amanda Liberty says her sexual orientation is an attraction to an inanimate object. I should have read this before. I should have read this before.
This is what.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I should have read this.
This is what we get for reading the title. This is what happens to people who only read the titles of articles and think that's weird. I'll share it on Facebook.
This is a good one.
Read the article.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's continue.
A light fixture.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Before you continue, yes. There's this old joke. Can I tell you an old joke?
Oh, go ahead. We got time. People don't got anywhere to go.
That's true. You guys are stuck at home. You're watching us. If you're watching us, you really don't have anything better to do.
We appreciate that.
And we thank you for it.
Thank you.
Once again, let us know down in the bottom in the comments where you're watching from. But so there's this old, you know who Jerry Clower is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so Jerry Clower, he used to tell this old joke. He said it was at a church, this old country church, and they were having a church meeting, and they were arguing about whether or not they needed a chandelier in the church. And so the old man stands up, very dignified. He stands up and says, "Pastor, I just want you to know, I do not believe we need a chandelier in this church. Number one, if we order it from Sears Roebuck Company, ain't nobody know how to spell it. Number two, if we got it, ain't nobody here know how to play it. And number three, we don't need a chandelier in the church nearly as bad as we need some lights in the church."
Oh, where's that at? I can't find it. Well,
Oh, the Price is Right. Price is Right's better. I like that better.
yeah, that's a good
Sorry,
one
that's
there.
a lame old joke. That's a lame old joke.
No, don't worry about it. It's good. Somewhere out there in the hayfield, people are getting it. Okay, now.
Okay,
So
a woman is in a relationship with a chandelier.
yeah, we're back this up.
We will share the photo again.
Yes, Amanda Liberty says her sexual orientation is an attraction to an inanimate object, which has been described in one academic paper as a objectum. I don't even like the way it sounds. Objectum sexual.
Oh my gosh.
She has spoken out about her unusual love story in the media previously, saying that she planned to have a commitment ceremony to show that my love is going to last.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Miss Liberty from Leeds.
Oh my gosh.
Was featured in The Sun when a columnist, Jane Moore, wrote an annual awards column for 2019. She awarded her Dingingham Award, whatever that means, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's kind of what would you call it? The
Razzies of news.
Yes, basically, basically, you're not right in the head award. So anyway,
Wow.
she mentioned this lady. So she basically she sued this company. She complained to the independent press. She said basically that The Sun has breached clause 12 of its editor's code of practice relating to discrimination in the article published in December. So she decided to do a discrimination case with her chandelier, and it was thrown out. Apparently, yes.
Imagine that.
Yes, the Sun opposed the complaint by arguing that sexual orientation in context of clause 12 covered people who were attracted to people of the same sex, the opposite sex, or both, not people who are attracted to objects. So apparently on the books, on the records, you cannot have a relationship with, I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
Yeah. Let's not
do that.
Stop while we're behind.
Let's go there. Man, that was really bad. I think after that one, I think we're done with the stupid news.
Stupid news for the week.
Let's just do that. You can't top that.
All
You can't top anyway, you can't top it.
Yeah,
well, I guess anyway, let's stop it now. Stop it
now. Stupid news with your host, Mr. Mike.
Wow. I just felt assaulted. I feel assaulted. I feel I need to take a shower now.
Do you feel like when
I feel dirty
in the yard?
I feel dirty. I feel, oh man. So
oh my.
You know, and I think this is a great segue for the Tiger. I think this is a great segue.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Jason Hamilton, yes, there is new levels of low every day, and somehow our show manages to find them.
That's right. So I think we're getting ready. I think we should get ready to go there.
Hello, you cool cats and kittens.
That's right.
Yes. It's time for the Tiger King.
Yeah.
So if you
that's kind of loud.
The worst sound in the world.
I meant
there's not a worse sound than that.
Yeah, I meant to do this. But I got the other one instead. That's a little better, but got the wrong tigers.
So we'll start out. If you have watched Tiger King, let us know in the comments below what you thought of the show. If you have not watched Tiger King, let us know why you haven't yet. One last thing. If you watched the after show, did you know Sunday they released a new episode of the Tiger King. It was an after show, and that's what we're going to talk about. If you watched it, let us know. If you just found out about it and you're like, oh, I need to go watch it, wait till we're done, and then you can go watch it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's Kid More than the Tiger. Well, I tell you what, this you've seen it.
Yes, I have.
I thought it was done with the Tiger King, but when I found out that there was a after show special, Michael McCall, hello from the studios.
Hey, welcome. Michael.
Yes. So he will be able to chime in on some of the weird and peculiar stuff from the show. Yes, it's only 40 minutes. 40 minutes.
It's short after show.
It's short after show. So, but you know what? You're not going to miss anything if you hear it here, because when you hear it again, it's still going to sound like something that's, you never, like a lie or something. I don't know. But so anyway, so Joe McHale, everybody knows who Joe McHale is. What's up, dogs? Joe McHale. You know him from, I don't know if you remember him from Community. He played in Community and a couple of other sitcoms and comedies, and apparently he hosted the Netflix. He actually was inquiring about it, and so what they did, it was funny, they shipped him a iPhone with some earpods and to everyone else, and they all done it through Zoom. So apparently he had an interview with each person at different times. And I'm going to let you set up a little bit more of it, Ricky, as I get to my notes here.
Sure. So just be prepared. It's super low production. If you've watched any of the other Tiger King episodes, or you've watched any documentary, this is different. This is when Mike says they shipped him cell phones, I don't think they're kidding. It's him sitting on his couch. The camera's at a slightly weird angle. And everybody else, they look like they're just binge watch crazy people. Absolutely. Everybody else is kind of at a weird situation. It looks like they're just sitting in front of a computer, or they're sitting in front of an iPhone on a stick or something. Jason, that's my favorite comment. Jason, because of our last show, can't watch it.
It's the level of messed up. Oh my goodness.
It is a special level of messed up.
That is.
Hey Rob, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
7 hours of my life will never. Yes. Well, hey, this is one more hour.
This is one more hour of it. That's how we feel.
This is an hour we spend every week. We will never get back.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
So he didn't interview everybody.
No.
He only had a select few that were willing to go on. And the big thing was he specifically asked them what they thought about the show. So that was a big deal on the after show was, did you watch it and what did you think of it?
I think a lot of them didn't seem very flattering to them. But but again, I mean, what they did was not very flattering either. So
no. It seemed like the majority of them thought they were put, maybe not necessarily put in a bad light, but I think they felt like they weren't portrayed truly accurately. But I also think most of them feel like Joe and Carol Baskins were portrayed pretty accurately in the show.
Oh yeah. I think every one of them, if they had to agree on anything, it had to do with Joe and Carol.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
every one of them thought Joe was a jerk.
I mean, every one of them, when they asked, does Joe deserve to stay in jail? And every one of them said yes.
Yeah.
Except for Saf, she didn't want him to die in jail, but
she didn't want him to die in jail.
She had a little more compassion than the rest of them.
But I don't think she felt like he didn't deserve some jail time.
No, she didn't indicate that he deserved to be out free. So so the first person he spoke to, John McHale was, John McHale. Jeff McHale talked to was John Finley. Now, not John Finley. Who is that? That is. Oh,
sorry. I thought that was.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure.
John Finley, right?
John Finley, and you can tell he has a nice new set of choppers right there.
Yes.
If you remember John Finley, he was Joe's ex-husband who was also having a relationship with several women at the animal park.
Yes.
And it ended his marriage with Joe Exotic in 2014 and said he was never legally married, I guess. He's since then.
In the state of Oklahoma at that time, I don't think you could be.
Yes, I don't think so. I think he has since then. He has fixed his teeth, as you can tell. He works as a welder, living with his
Michael.
fiance.
I think his new grill looks really sharp as well.
I think it does look good. No, I think he looks different night and day. I mean, actually, Joe McHale asked him, remember he was asking him, he said, why did you always have your shirt off? And he says, well, I have all these tattoos, you might as well show them off.
If you got them, show them. That's a thing.
I mean,
what did you think? What did you think about? So he had the one big tattoo.
Oh, I know.
Just above, and he had it covered up.
Yeah.
What did you think about him saying a bunch of people were throwing shade on his tattoo artist for not doing a good job of covering it up?
Yeah, I know. For one, I have no idea who that audience is. Who's that concerned about the tattoo? I mean, it's like a train wreck. I mean, it's like after you see a train go off of the rails, you're wondering why is there why is there a pink couch in the train? You don't care about the pink couch. It's about to go against a mountain. So I don't.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, of all the things to complain about on this show, that his tattoo artist wasn't any good. Now he does say he defends his tattoo artist.
Yeah, I mean,
what you saw was not the finished product. And if I'm not a tattoo guy. Okay, I don't have any tattoos, but I do know a little bit about the tattoo culture. And if anybody has big tattoos, they know it's not a one and done kind of deal.
No,
you have multiple sessions when you get big, long, honking tattoos, and that thing had to be that big just that time. And I bet when they showed that wasn't his first session.
I have a tattoo joke, but I don't think it's safe. No, we're not going to do that one. Never mind.
My gosh.
It was played in my head, and I felt the censors were about to come out. So
we are going to get shut down one day.
Yes, one day. He was talking about how it wasn't completely healed, so he didn't show it yet. So I thought that was pretty. Hey,
Ross. Hey, Ross. Thanks for watching the show.
Welcome to the show, man. Thank you.
One episode and bailed.
Yeah,
you aren't wrong. It only got crazier.
It was a mess. It was a mess. I mean, it was one of those things where you go, I don't believe I just saw that, and you see the next episode, and you go, I can't get any worse than this. To go to the next episode. After 7 episodes, you're a wreck. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, we're with you, Michael. We just were busy talking when you said that his beard looked like that.
Oh, man. So anyway,
going to get a shutdown for his comment.
But you know what I think? But John seemed like he was pretty stable in the after show. I mean, this is kind of like one of those, where are they after the fact?
Where are they now?
Where are they now? And not too far.
I thought was funny because they're doing a where are they now? That show went up through like November or December of just last year.
I mean, it just kicked in. Yeah.
I mean,
it's amazing.
It's only been like 4 months, 4 or 5 months since that ended. since the last bit of information you got out of the show at the end.
I know.
So it's like, how can they do an after show? But, they actually had some interesting things going on. Now, one thing I want to point out, which I think is funny, because Mike, you and I were talking earlier. So this guy, he says, after they had a baby, like he and his girlfriend that worked at the park, he left Joe. They had a child. He said after he's had a baby, he's been clean and sober ever since. He said he was clean and sober, but he admitted he used stuff before.
Oh yeah.
All these other people, almost every one of them said, "Yo, I never did meth." And I'm thinking, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
You might not be doing it now, but
don't let me talk to your hygienist. I'm gonna tell you right now. Yes, I know. Come on now.
Let's be honest. I think he was one of the few people that was honest about it. It's like, I did it. I did it. I don't do it anymore. Yeah, which, you look at how he cleaned up. It's highly likely he isn't doing it anymore. Yeah, he hasn't done it for a while.
He doesn't look like the same guy. He seemed like a decent guy on the after show. I think
he did.
I think, the Exotic Joe, I can't pronounce his full last name. It's weird. I just call him Joe. And
everybody knows who we're talking about.
He was kind of a predator,
absolutely.
Got you hooked on meth, and he strung you along, bought you nice things and stuff, especially his husbands or whatever relationships he had. So he was a user of substances and people. But there was a good span of people like that, Mr. Jeff.
Is he the first one I tried to show a minute ago?
No, go ahead and show him. This is okay. I can't remember this guy's name. He wasn't on my list of he was the guy that was in the
he was the head zookeeper at one point.
Yeah, I know. He was inside getting some gasoline out while smoking a cigarette. Remember that guy?
Yes.
That's him. And Joe McHale started with him. He was the first one there. I'm gonna let you look him up while I'm talking. But yeah, he talked to
Eric.
This is Eric. That's right.
Yeah.
And he was talking to Eric about, how he was doing. And, and he was saying, well, it's kind of hard, when I go to Walmart, people point their fingers at me, and he said, he didn't seem like he was really too happy about the publicity.
Yeah. He felt like he was in a bad light because of it. But oh my goodness, when he was asked, do you think Joe deserves to be in jail? He was absolutely convinced.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't hold back, did he?
No, he did not. He did not like Joe. He said he was only there for the cats. And it was pretty funny.
Because he said he asked him, does he deserve to stay in chair? And he said, yeah, that muck and that son of and that
yes
and that muck. So yeah, basically is what he said.
Yes. Yeah, we couldn't play clips from that show. I just wanted
to use my bleeper. That's all I wanted to do.
Just wanted to use the button.
Yeah, that's all.
You didn't care. You didn't really want to say any of those words.
No, I didn't.
You just wanted to use the button.
No, because my wife's watching. She'll wash my mouth with soap.
I believe it. I've met her.
I knew she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen too.
By the way, if you haven't watched the show, it is a train wreck, and there are language is a thing.
Don't
watch in front of the kids.
Yeah, I don't want the neighbor kids see that.
So who should we talk about next from the show?
Well, let's just pop one up. Let's see what the next one on the list.
What about the horse story? Oh, that's a crazy story.
That is a nuts story. Go ahead.
Was that Eric that told that story? Was that Eric that told that story?
Oh yeah. No. That was
no, that was Rick. We'll tell that story when we get to Rick, okay?
Yeah, I'm glad I totally forgot about that story. So
yeah, that was a Rick story, I think. we may not tell the whole story because you need to watch it, but we'll mention it though. And
that's good.
Now. Nice, Michael.
That's nice. I like the kind of stipulations. Those are always nice to have something on the side like that. My speakers were busted when you started bleeping through.
That's funny.
That's funny. Okay, yeah. So
let's go to Saf.
Saf. You know, I like Saf. I think of all the characters, she was like, you know, probably the most zen of all of them.
Yes.
I think she was she had a good head on her shoulder, you know, except for, you know, didn't have an arm. But besides that, I mean, what?
That was so bad.
That bad?
That was
sorry.
Oh my gosh. She's got a good head on her shoulders. No arm.
Doesn't have an arm. Yeah, that was like trying to find my drum roll here. My little, you know,
bump ching.
Yeah, I know. I don't got that, but yeah. So, but she was
pretty chill about the whole thing.
There we go. That was a delay reaction at my age.
There's your laugh. Bahaha.
Yeah. So,
she was pretty chill about the whole thing. I mean, she even on the show, she was pretty chill about it. Like, she was rather impressive. Like, she took losing an arm to a cat in stride.
I mean, she was really there for the cats. I mean, you could tell there was an emotional bond, and the same thing with Eric too. Most of the people there, I would say probably 98% of them, you know, from the cast, they really cared about the cats.
Yeah,
and I think the hardest thing is when you had like Joe and some of the other crazies, you know, especially Joe.
Yeah,
I think that.
Well, and if you're in a situation where, you know, you're put in charge of these big cats and you care for the cats.
Yeah.
Emotionally, you care for these cats, but you don't have the physical or monetary, or you don't have a way to make it better.
Yeah.
You know, do you have a way to feed them something other than expired meat from Walmart? Well, if you don't, so you can't do anything about it.
No.
So I think some of that is kind of
they weren't in an economic position to do anything either. I mean, they were pretty much, I mean, kind of was captive there themselves. So it's not like they had a whole lot of choices for themselves. He seemed like he really, you know, he hired people who really didn't have any other opportunities or choices, and kind of fit his needs. So, but anyway, so but I liked her, and you know, she just had a real zen personality about herself. She didn't, you know, she had no resentment towards the cat at all.
No.
And even with, you know,
kind of like that's what cats do. So
so she was an interesting character. I liked her. She seemed pretty legit. But our next one, I don't know you have next here. Let's talk about. I liked this
guy.
I liked him too. I think.
By the way, for those who don't know, in the show, you'll see that he does not have legs. From what I've heard and read, that has nothing to do with the big cats.
Has nothing to do with it. No.
Yeah, he had. It was either a skydiving or a car accident where he lost his legs.
Yeah,
it was some kind of accident completely unrelated to Joe Exotic. But he
no, go ahead.
He was kind of like the maintenance guy, right?
Well, he was kind of the manager of the place. He was I mean, he's probably was the one who hanged with Joe the longest, you know. Yeah. He was kind of the one that was on Joe's side for the longest time. And I guess as things started to unravel with Joe, I think he kind of stepped back, and so he but yeah, he was. Yeah, and he, you know, he said he never wore pants because, you know, he had shorts on all the time because, you know, he had his legs to show off, those, you know, his artificial legs. So
colorful artificial legs.
Yeah, but
they were really colorful too.
But he talked about how at the end, how Joe started blowing up stuff, and he ended up blowing up his house.
Yes.
He blew up his house.
Why do you blow up his house? The poor man has no legs, and you blew up his house.
So anyway, yeah, that's just
half them.
Oh man, that's just not right.
It was okay. Benjamin says it was a skydiving accident. Okay, that's what I thought I had read.
Okay,
but he's got like a race car right behind him. So that
ziplining accident.
Ziplining accident. Okay.
Does that sounds about right?
I
Right.
don't know. It's some kind of accident.
It was
Oh,
something in the air, and he
Tiffany said
didn't.
zip lining.
Okay, if she
It
says
was
it,
something in the air. It's someplace that you shouldn't actually be. That's my opinion.
exactly. What was his name again? We didn't even say his name. I can't remember.
I don't remember his name.
But we do
Said
really
it was
good on our
zip lining on the show. Okay.
Yeah, we do good. What's that?
Tiffany said he said it was zip lining on the show.
Okay. I don't argue with my wife, so that's fine.
He was caught in Chicago after dark. Oh, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Michael's just being mean now.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Okay, so he was a super nice guy. Hey, I am impressed. If the show like sent out all this stuff, notice in his ears they didn't send like the cheapo headphones for the iPhone. They got like the cool AirPods.
Every one of them had those, so Netflix had to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, so I mean, it's not like I mean,
like what's the off chance that all these guys that just recently left an exotic animal park
they all have to be at the Apple store saying, "Hey, you're getting one too."
I need some.
What the chances are that?
I mean, all right, so let's talk about Jeff Lowe.
Oh man, Jeff Lowe. What a perfect last name,
dude! I can't believe he came on to the after show.
I can't either.
I was super surprised that they did that. Yeah, I think that guy's pretty scummy.
I think so too, and he is still in charge of the he still does that Wynnewood Zoo down in I forget where in Oklahoma. Wynnewood.
Yeah, he still does the zoo in Wynnewood, and they're still trying to move it down, and they really are trying to move it down toward where that casino is.
Right.
Hey, Ha, thanks for watching. Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah, it's right over. Happy birthday.
That's what it said. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's my birthday. I said she. I don't know if that's a she or not. I don't know the name. If you can remember a name, just say John Doe.
John Doe. Oh, it's funny. And in the interview, do you remember the part where Joe McHale was asking him? He says, "Jeff, do you own 60 or 7 Affliction shirts?" You remember that one?
Yes, that was brilliant. Picking on him about what he wore. He wore Affliction shirts all the time, and that he never wore the same leather jacket more than once.
Exactly. He was saying, and then he asked about the guy. I guess it was his right hand man. I can't remember the guy who Alan Glover, the hitman. Remember that?
Yeah, the supposed hitman.
Yeah, supposed hitman. And he was asking Jeff. He says, "Okay, do you have any idea why they did an interview with him in the bathtub?"
That was weird.
Wasn't that weird? It was Alan.
Oh no. That wasn't the hitman. That's the guy that owns the strip club that helped fund some of Jeff Lowe's stuff. The heavy set guy. That was the guy.
Are you sure that was?
I'm pretty sure.
Because he was on the jet ski.
That was the heavy set guy on the jet ski too, which is super bizarre. Of all things, I'm like, why is this a thing? Why is this even a thing?
In the show, you can just throw something at the wall and whatever sticks, it's in the show.
So I think some of it didn't stick and it still ended up in the show. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Jeff Lowe and his new nanny.
And his new nanny. By the way, okay, so you and I have talked about this before. I don't think we've talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
There's this website called Cameo. Cameo.com. They don't pay us money. But
money.
Yeah, nobody pays us money, but we will take it. If you pay us money, we will talk about whatever you're selling. I mean, whatever.
Do it
within reason, as long as Facebook doesn't, stop us. Crap. I completely forgot where I was. What were we talking about? I got sidetracked by there. Oh, Cameo.
Yeah.
So I am fascinated by the website Cameo.com, where you can pay celebrities to do shout outs for you or people you care for. And if I had lots and lots of money, all of my friends would get cameos all the time because it's hysterical. So I saw an ad. Guess who's on Cameo? Jeff Lowe, his wife, and the nanny.
Really?
Yes, they are on Cameo.
Yeah, because we just talked about that not too long ago.
Yeah, you and I were talking about it last week after the show. You and I were talking about Cameo. But yes, so you can pay to have Jeff Lowe, his wife, and the nanny say hi to your friends. I don't know how much it is, but that isn't that hysterical. That's even a thing.
That'd be something for the holidays.
Yes. If you've got a friend who's really into this show, that would be so brilliant to send them a cameo. I'm gonna look it up.
And also too, you need to reassess your friends while you're at it. But somebody...
by the way, you can book Jeff Lowe for the low cost of $150.
Get out of here.
$150. You can have Jeff Lowe say hi to your friend in some weird, exotic way. Jeff Lowe is a slime ball. Oh, Tiffany, if I had money, you would so get a Jeff Lowe shout out for your birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
You are fake news.
No, it ain't fake news. That's for real, buddy.
That's for real, man.
That is for real. Wow.
Something for the person you really don't like. Exactly wrong.
Give it to them in-laws.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
That's brilliant. Oh, but if anybody is even... definitely sometime check out cameo.com. It's an amazing site, and we've thought about going on to we've thought about signing up for cameo.com because because there are people on there for like $5 and $1. We could totally do cameos for like $5. Well, if we did them for $2, that'd be like $1 a piece. We need to get $1. We need to get $1 for doing it. That's brilliant. Jason thinks it's a good idea. Yeah. I'm gonna look into it.
I think we should.
I'm gonna look into
make some money.
I'm gonna see I'm gonna see what it takes to get on there. And if all we have to do is prove that we have a show and then we've had some views, we got it. We got it.
We didn't say it was a good show. But we got a show.
I tell you, there are people on there I have never heard of. YouTube people I have never heard of that just they have. I got to go back.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for watching, Rob.
Man, thank you.
You can catch the rest of the show later on the replay. Oh my gosh. I think we're done with Jeff Lowe at this point.
I think so too. I think we went off to another road. Let's go to the next one.
Honestly, my favorite character. This is my favorite character in the show. Rick.
Oh, mine too, Rick.
And not because we share a name. I just think, well, number one, so I know a guy who did, I told you I knew a guy who did audio for some of the interviews.
Yeah.
Like, I saw this shot and like I immediately picked up my phone and I messaged him and I said, where is this restaurant? Because this place looks super cool. Unfortunately, he didn't do this interview, so he doesn't know. But I like how the guy that was leading the show introduces Rick. Rick, the guy who smokes outside and inside. Because that's not a thing anymore. People don't smoke indoors, but he is totally smoking in whatever restaurant thing this is.
He's an interesting guy. He used to work for Inside Edition.
Yes. Yeah, back in the day, Inside Edition.
Back in the 80s.
Yep. Legitimate. He's a legitimate film TV guy, which I think is pretty impressive. I'm questionable how sketchy he is. I'm not saying he didn't burn down the barn, but
I think Joe may have, because there was too much evidence in there. But that's part. But who knows?
Either one of them could have done it.
Could have. He probably,
I think either one of them could have done it. But speaking of burning down, so this is a weird thing I read this week. So speaking of burning down that building, he talks about the reptiles that were in the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so they died. Have you heard what the deal is with the reptiles?
No, I don't.
They were reptiles that were purchased from Michael Jackson's estate.
No.
Yes. Or received somehow. Joe's Park had received these from Michael Jackson. That's what I've heard. That's the rumor I've read. I don't know if it's true, but how bizarre is that?
I have a note here when that Rick Kirkham, who was talking to Joe, I meant Joe, but well, Joe McHale, the host, he was saying that Joe Exotic was actually afraid of the tigers.
Yes, that was interesting. I wonder how much of that's true, but that's curious. That's a curious thing to me. I mean, he did always carry guns.
Yeah.
Like he always had a holstered revolver ready to go at any moment.
Well, he used it on the cats when they tried to get him.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I mean,
I think it's highly possible that he was actually afraid of the cats, but that's an interesting thing. So earlier, somebody said we needed to tell the horse story.
No, go ahead.
I'm not going to go into the whole horse story, but the story that Rick tells basically is that somebody showed up with a horse they couldn't take care of. And once they left, Rick just shot the horse and said, not Rick, Joe just shot the horse and turned to Rick and said, now he's tiger meat. And I was like, wow.
Well, the lady was an older lady. She couldn't care for the horse. She said, can the horse have be on your land and live the rest of its life? And Joe was going, I'll take care of it. And the next thing you know, like you said,
if that is a true story,
that says a lot.
That says tons and tons
of
about
things.
Joe and his. Oh yeah, Tiffany. See that? Okay, so Tiffany. Everybody, most people know Tiffany's the podcast wife. Mike, you watched it without her.
I had to keep up with you because I knew we were going to do the show.
So now Tiffany has to watch it.
And my wife was so devastated. She had withdrawals. She had to go to counseling after seeing the show. So it's like, and for me, I'm already disturbed. So it didn't bother me. So I was afraid to bring that up again. But yeah, after watching it, it was 40 minutes. And I thought, okay, well, it wasn't that bad. Had to. Yeah, I had to.
Tiffany, you should watch it. You should make Mike watch it again with you.
I would actually watch it again. I had to.
Had to.
But yeah, Rick was talking about how he was very disturbed. He still had. Well, he moved to Norway.
Yes, that was funny. It was like, okay, I'm not moving just like to Texas.
No, he moved to Norway.
I moved to Norway.
He found a Norwegian woman,
and I married her
and moved to Norway. And he says people still come up to him saying, "Lion King, you're the Lion King, you're the Tiger King," and
that's hysterical. That you moved to Norway and people now recognize you.
You know when that no Jason and Tiffany, no conversations between the two of you. I don't need that kind of conspiracy. I get in enough trouble like it is.
Okay, so here's my thing about Rick, and I know a little bit of this pain. Okay, and I have other friends that are, they're filmmaker. Either wannabes or actually are, they're involved in the film and TV industry. And here's the thing. Rick worked on, what is it called? Edition?
Yeah, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition. He worked on Inside Edition, a major network news show.
Yeah.
I mean, big time stuff. He will forever be known as the guy who videoed Joe Exotic.
And
he will never be known as the guy.
And he didn't even do the documentary. He was a guy who tried to do the documentary that burned up, and the documentary was about the documentary that got burned up. So
I understand his pain, because you do these things, you spend all this time doing all this great work, and then you get known for one lame thing you did one day.
Yeah, I know. I know. One day you walk into Walmart, you got no pants on, and everybody thinks that's how you live.
Oh man, when the host ended the show with the comment of, well, and now we know the place to find this to be recognized as a celebrity is Walmart.
Exactly.
Multiple people said they got recognized at Walmart.
Yeah, they mentioned it several times. Who we have next here?
I think that's it, isn't it?
Okay, the next thing
those are the only people that were on that
was on the actual show.
Yeah.
Now, on every person, Joe McHale asked each of these individuals if they had a live movie about them.
Yes.
Which actors would play them, and we decided to do a side by side. And this is from the actual individuals. Of the documentary.
I was going to say some of them are their recommendations. Some were recommendations from the internet that were suggested to the host. So I think this one was suggested because Eric specifically says he hates Motley Crue.
He hated Motley Crue. But this is true. We're not making this up.
Oh my gosh.
And I think this was Joe McHale, the host suggestion was Vince Neil.
Yes.
And of course, Eric had, some interesting things to say about him, but like that.
Yes, he did. I think pretty much every other word that came out of his mouth was a beep.
Yeah, I don't think you could keep up with it. Our next one is Joe Finley. Yeah, it's John Finley.
John Finley.
This is
Shia LaBeouf or
Yeah, I if I had to choose between the two, do you know which one I would probably lean towards? I mean, you kind of. I don't think it's Tatum.
No,
I think it's LaBeouf.
It needs to be Shia LaBeouf.
I just gotta say,
and he's crazy enough to do it.
Yes, he would.
So my favorite though was Saf. She picked her own.
She did, yeah.
But I don't think either one of these are that person, are they?
No. This actually one in the middle.
She said she wanted it to be
Johnny Tsunami, which is the middle, which is the actor in the middle.
Oh, is
Brandon
that actually
Becker?
Is that Brandon? Okay.
Yeah, and then John McHale, Jeff McHale, my goodness, from Community, who was the host. He recommended his which was also on the show too, and she loved it. She said, "I would love either one of them to play me." So
that's
I thought
funny.
She's a good sport. So that was pretty cool there. On the next one is this is funny. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
John Rinke. Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Now I don't know what to think about that.
I don't know about the attitude, but the face kind of you can kind of see it. Yeah, it's kind of got the face thing going on. Now, you and I have a bit of a disagreement on this one. You've got some other ideas on this next one.
Yes.
Rick Kirkham as Billy Bob Thornton as Rick Kirkham. I totally buy this. Like the face and the look. I mean, Billy Bob Thornton looks like somebody who used to use meth.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Whether he did or not, he definitely has that. He could have that look. And I think it could work, but you had some other ideas, other recommendations for Rick.
One I had was it was John Carradine. He played in what was the movie Kung Fu?
Yeah.
And let me see here. He
that would be funny.
Yeah, I mean, without the bald hair, I mean, let's see. Is anybody else? I have some shout outs. Anybody that you think would be a good
who you think the actor should be?
Yeah.
So this next one, did they talk about this next one is just our recommendation, right? This one wasn't talked about on the show.
Let's take a look at it. This was on the net.
It's on the internet. Okay.
Yeah, Zach Efron.
Passage.
I don't see it.
If you're not up on the show, Dylan was like the hot young. He was the new marriage guy, right? He's like after his.
I don't think they got married. I think they became.
They were just They
I
were
think
just really good friends.
they were engaged at one time. I don't
Engaged at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm seeing this one. Maybe. You know, you just go with Zac Efron's a cute looking guy. Keith Richards.
Keith Richards.
Yes, Rick could totally be played by Keith Richards.
David Carradine is who I was thinking of for Rick.
David Carradine would be great.
Carradine, that's who I was thinking of. And I forgot who was the other guy I was thinking of. David Carradine, and there was one I mentioned before the show.
Yeah, I don't remember who you said
I can't
now.
remember. It's going to come to me like at the very end when we say bye, folks.
Yeah. We got one more, or we got a couple more here. So one is who should play Joe? You know.
Oh, I can guarantee. Let's guess which
David Spade, man.
Vote out
David
there. Who should
Spade
play it?
all
Yes,
the
David
way.
Spade. Yes, Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt playing Joe Exotic. That's what I'm saying. Yes,
I love this idea. I love this idea. Oh my goodness, that is hysterical. Becky Finley says Dylan could be played by the oldest son on Seventh Heaven. I don't remember what that name is.
Oh no,
I totally could be.
I know. Yeah, I can't remember.
Jason. David Carradine passed away.
Oh, and the guy he played in Daredevil. Carradine played in that Kung Fu, and then Scott Glenn.
Okay, yeah.
Scott Glenn. Yeah.
So everybody else agrees. David Spade. It looks like is the consensus for those few that are still holding with us.
Yeah, I think
So we did have. So we had a couple of other question marks. Be funnier with Brad Pitt because it would be so unexpected.
That would be fun.
That's true. That would be one of those weird.
He started doing some weird characters.
So we did have some other thoughts though. We said, well, how are we going to cast like the big cats, right?
Yeah.
So we came up with this. I think that works. And of course, if those are
exactly.
and of course, if those are going to be the big cats, then this lady absolutely has to play Carol Baskins.
Oh my goodness!
I know you cool cats and kittens.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! I love this. I love that. That's brilliant.
It was
great job on that one, Mike.
Man.
Oh my goodness!
Did we just? Man, I felt like we just ran a marathon.
I know we did. We went through a lot of stuff. We drove half our audience away, and
we were at 10, we're at 11, and they said, "Okay."
We hit 13 or something at one point. And
that was good. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Somebody saw a picture of Joe Exotic, went, "Nope." Oh my gosh! I don't think we're going to get to anything else tonight.
You know what? I think it would be unjust if we did anything else. I think it would be
we have some great stuff next week. Then we'll leave it on the table for next week. So we'll talk about Wonder Woman next week, and we're going to talk about some gaming controllers, right?
Yeah, the PS5, they've got a new controller, and some people done some interesting art on it, which I think it's pretty interesting. And we've got some tech news, some odd stuff.
Yeah.
About Cybertruck and
Are we going to have something about a game you've been playing next week, or is that going to be a few weeks off?
It's going to be a few weeks off. I'll need to do a little bit. I need to do a little bit of testing on that.
Gotcha.
And,
okay.
Of course, too, if anything happens now and then, of course, we will scurry and make something happen.
Absolutely.
Big happens. But I think we can finally say that we're done with Joe Exotic. But you gotta. Who knows what's going to happen?
Never know. We're not saying we're not going to do a story about Joe Exotic, but I don't think we're planning on doing another show. Of course, we weren't planning on doing this show about Joe Exotic.
It was last minute.
Yeah.
We basically took all the material we had and just shoved it in the back. So,
well, I think we had a pretty good show, guys. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment.
Share with your friends. Yes.
Yes. If you're on Facebook, definitely go over to YouTube, like the Something About Something YouTube page. If you're on YouTube, definitely go over to Facebook and like the Facebook page. Become part of our audience. We have the best followers in the world. We appreciate you guys. You guys,
great. Let's give it up for the audience. There we go.
I love having the kids.
I know. We saved them for last.
All right. Well, are we done?
I think we're done. Thank you,
All right.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Good show.
This has been the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend, Mr. Ricky Tiger the Wrangler Pope. You like that? I just threw a little Tiger Wrangler Pope on that. That was.
Are you just going to, like, forever call me Tiger something?
I want to call you Tiger. Oh.